Hello and welcome to a late night Shatterdaze with Venom 420, Ziggy, Panda, Phoenix. They're all here somewhere. It's 11, which is a little bit later than normal for my Shatterdaze extravaganza, but I unfortunately have fucking COVID, like everyone else in this fucking country right now. So with that being said, I don't have work in the morning. Don't really have a schedule to plan for. So here we are. So yeah, couple updates about last week. I went to Wyoming, did a show with Condemned to Burn. The show went pretty damn good. It was a fun time. I was gonna live stream it, but left a lot of equipment here in Denver, unfortunately, with packing and getting ready to go and all this and that, which kind of turned out for the best because the hotel arrangements and shit were a little shifty. Um, I wouldn't have trusted my stuff in the hotel anyway. So I'm like, well, that's good. And then Wyoming itself is a whole fucking world of shit. I personally don't know how I feel about Wyoming. Uh, there's more things keeping me away from that fucking place than attracting me to it. I guess would be a fair way to say it. They are not pot friendly. They are not fucking. They don't really care for how I am. Everywhere I cast stick out like a sore thumb in fucking Wyoming, especially Casper, Wyoming. That being said, bands did great. The show and the venue was actually pretty damn good. It went pretty good, but definitely not super welcome at the moment. I brought just a little bit of pot with me, and yeah, well, I didn't bring any pot. I brought hash, and it went okay, but could have been better. So, I mean, oh, so Wyoming is just north of Colorado. I got to Wyoming in like 4 hours, right? So I only had to drive 4 hours. So I'm like, I'll bring a little bit of hash, and I'll bring a little bit of I'll bring my vape pen. I have like a little vape pen that looks like a vaporizer, and I'll take it apart. So if they even find that, they won't even see the pieces. Uh-oh. Lock Buoy. Uh-oh, I know that place. What's going down? Smoking some Snow G Kush. I'll tell you what, like I said, it's nice to be Panda Cat. What's going down? Cheers indeed. Uh Smoking pot freely is awesome. So, all right, like I said, went to Wyoming last week. I took a gram of hash that shit in, and I brought a vape pen. The vape pen was actually in with the suitcase full of shit that didn't make it to fucking Wyoming. It was left on the seat, and so I had no way to smoke all the hash I brought. So I had a gram of hash, no way to fucking smoke it. First thing I fucking do is buy some prime times. I start shoving fucking wax in the end of all my prime times. I'm smoking cigars, and it fucked my throat up. So when I first got sick, I'm like, oh well, I've been smoking fucking prime times. I bet that's it. Panda Cat, been been stream hopping. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Everyone's gonna start streaming again because everyone's fucking sick. I stream even when I feel well, so just because I have no life outside of this house, apparently. No, I'm just joking. Definitely not true. So I'm smoking cigars packed with hash, frying my throat before a fucking concert. And at some point, I'm like, fuck this. I need to go buy some CBD cigarettes and at least pack some CBD smoke so I'm not just dying out here. So I go to a call around. No one's even heard of CBD cigarettes in fucking Wyoming, which is bullshit because CBD is legal in Wyoming and it's a good alternative. Panda doing a DIY project. I don't know what time it is for you, but got that late night Panda project. Got the Phoenix here. We can give her a little treat. You want a little treat? All right. All right. So I went and looking for some CBD smokes to pack that hash on. And what I ended up calling around, no one's even heard of that shit, which is fucking stupid. If I lived out there, I'd at least be buying something, I'll tell you that. But I called a head shop, one of the only fucking head shops, if not the only head shop in all of fucking Casper. And it was a nice place. It was actually pretty cool. And they had CBD buds, they told me, and CBG buds, and Delta 9 or Delta 8 buds. So I ended up getting a Delta 8 bud rolled in CBG keef. So all legal, totally legal. And it was Hawaiian haze. I still have some in the other room. And it actually smelled and tasted pretty good. And I'm like, oh, this is like smoking weed. Put some hash on top of that, and I actually got myself a fucking good bowl. And bought like a $3 pipe, left it at the gas station when I took off. It was a good time. Todd, yo, where can I get a good dog coat like the one yours has? So don't get me wrong, I do like this coat, but she's in 3 layers right now. She's got her hoodie on, her sweater on, and a coat on because it's cold outside. And she's so precious. You're just so precious. Come here and show everyone your coat. Come here and show everyone your coat. Oh. All right, so I don't know if I'd super recommend this coat, but they have these coats we're looking at that go down and cover all the way here, and it's just got the little butt part cut out so she can still use the potty and all this. So I don't know. I'll look at the name of what that coat company is with the really long coats. Well, do you know what coat this is? What company? So it's just kind of a generic one from PetSmart or something like that. So, oh, and yeah, it comes with a snap-on hood, but she has the hoodie hood on. So, thank you. I think it's just you can check Amazon, but we've been looking at these ones that cover her little arms and her legs, and it's just got like a little butt out, like I said, so she can use the potty. And yeah, those look a lot warmer because it gets cold as fuck up here in Colorado at times. And for her, she just doesn't have as much fur to keep herself warm. I'm used to having a German Shepherd, which is kind of in the middle, although mine was a long-haired German Shepherd and did great in the snow. So she needs all the protection she can get. But yeah. All right. Oh, and my cats don't go out. So otherwise I put little coats on them too. No, I'm just joking. All right. So things have been okay. There we go. Did you get your coat off? And then for Christmas, my amazing sister got this amazing puppy DNA test. Puppy DNA test. So we're gonna see what she is because we don't really know. I mean, come here. Come here. She's like, I just want bacon. So, I mean, I don't know. We were going to say if anybody could guess correctly what her traits are, what type of puppy she is, we'll do something special for you. I don't know. I mean, we're sure she's got a little German Shepherd in there, I think. You call a little German Shepherd. But, she's got that short red hair, and she's just a very unique looking dog. And at the same time, very traditional. So I'm like, I don't know. Very curious to see what that doggy DNA test says. I'm excited for that. That was probably the most exciting thing for Christmas. So, but shit's good. Christmas sucked. Again, COVID. My whole family got COVID for Christmas. Then right afterwards, I got it. I'm sure when in Wyoming doing the concert, traveling around. Truth hurts. I would love to see some more CBD slab isolate videos. I would like to do more, to be honest, especially after going back from Wyoming. I realized I'm like, dude, there is a fucking market for it, and it's about to be legal. So it's kind of the last years of this shit, honestly. Eventually, CBD buds and CBD isolates and shatters and stuff, they'll be for fun and they'll be for people, and it'll be a more smaller market. Right now, I'm shocked that people in Wyoming aren't fucking buying that shit up by the fuck. It's a little expensive. I will say that. That's probably why. It was 25 bucks an eighth for that CBD Delta 8 CBG. Wait, trying to think. Yeah, CBD buds sprayed with Delta 8, rolled in CBG keef. That's what I just smoked in Wyoming. And I should have smoked a bowl. I should smoke a bowl. I have some right now. I'm going to grab it. 1 second. So I ended up smuggling this back to Colorado because it's totally legal. But this is some of the buds I got in Wyoming. So what does it say right there? Yeah. So you can see it's some what did it say? Hawaiian Haze Delta 8 20.68%. The Green Room was the name of the place I went in Casper, Wyoming. So if you're in Casper, Wyoming, tell them I sent you. No, I'm just joking. I don't know who the fuck those people are. They're pretty nice though. Nick, hey, look who's up late. Me. And for being sick with COVID, I'm actually on the end of this shit. So I'm getting better, but my throat's fried. Just tired and sick, but I'm okay. So yeah, I'm up. I'm ready to do this. But this CBD stuff, CB Delta 8, whatever, is actually pretty good. It smelled. I right away they had like 4 different CBDs, and then they had this, and I smelled this, and I'm like, oh yeah, that smells like weed. Especially when I didn't have any weed on me. And when I broke up this stuff, it's probably gonna be hard to see. Just smoke some Bubba. I like that Bubba stuff. Always good luck with the Bubba. But it's very powdery. Like, I don't know. It was very keefy. It burned my finger, so that kind of hurt. But yeah, like I mean, you could tell it was wrapped in or sprayed with the Delta 8 stuff because it's actually spray Delta 8 is or a concentrate always pretty much. So truth hurts. Love you, bro. Love your background setup too. Get well soon. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'll be all right. Much love to all you guys. Thanks for stopping by and everyone who's watching in the future. I got my cat here. She's very interested in everybody. So everyone can say hello to the panda in her traditional spot. Try to put this away here for you, kitty. All right. All right. There we are. We're back. All right, kitties. What if I tossed a treat for you? There we go. Cat treat time. Sorry, got distracted there with all the cute cat action. Up, and Ziggy wants in on this, but Ziggy already had treats, so now we got plenty of cats on the table, as is tradition. All right, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Look at all the treats, you guys. Come on. Come on. Well, I can get Ziggy to go, but she's pretty set on being on the table. She really enjoys these shows anymore. And right, why don't you go get some treats? There's tons of treats down there. I just threw like 10. Even if I make that motion, she's like, wait, good. I'll do one more for you. There. Okay, I just threw like 5 more. He's gonna eat every single one. All right, Nick, just smoked some Buddha, vibing with the girl. Hell yeah, man. Good times. Nothing wrong with that. One good thing about being sick, I will admit, is I've been home and unfortunately not in a good place to do much else but watch movies and stuff. That's what I've been doing, watching movies. I finally can fucking breathe out my fucking nose again. It's been a fucked up week, I'm not gonna lie. But that being said, I've been pretty healthy overall, so I got these little guys to keep me company, huh? Huh. Truth hurts. I read somewhere where spirits around you affect cats. So my grandma is really big into that shit, and especially with her dog. Like you know how dogs like zone out and like look around. So my grandma's super into that. My grandma's also living in a house where 2 husbands have died, and she's lost 2 sons. While living in that house. So 2 sons, 2 husbands, tons of friends. So she's very spiritual. And my grandma's a super was quite Catholic, super Catholic, old school British chick. But my grandma, she's 91, and in the last like within 10 years, so in her 80s, with all that sex scandal shit happening in the fucking, with the Catholic priests and shit and little boys and the pedophilia shit. And not only that, it was the shit that the Pope said when he's like, we need to forgive these people, find out what's wrong with them, relocate them, fucking rehabilitate them and shit like that. My grandma's like, nah, fuck that. You need to fucking kick those people out and fucking like really fucking like get all about that shit. So my grandma's actually lost a lot of faith in the fucking Catholic community to the point where she doesn't go to church and doesn't believe in that shit hardly anymore. And if you could do that to an 81-year-old, 91-year-old, somewhere in there, grandma, like, man, the fucking Catholic Church is fucked up bad. That being said, my grandma's super spiritual, and she's really into the fact that animals can see shit that we can't. Me, truth hurts. She sounds cool. My grandma's like my best fucking friend, dude. I haven't seen her in like fucking a month. She hates Christmas, and I saw her last for Thanksgiving. Normally, I'm over there once a week, so that's a long time. You know, I mean, that's months. That's months without seeing her. Again, she's lost a lot of people in her life and doesn't have a strong family right now. And she always hates Christmas and that time of the year, so she just wouldn't fucking call back and answer her phone or do anything good. But I just talked to her again recently and have been starting to, but now I got COVID, so I'm like, well, I can't see her again. um, Shit's fucked. My life's a little crazy right now. Not just with the COVID, all that, but not being able to see my grandma. And then I got my fucking cardiologist on Tuesday. So I find out on Tuesday if my heart problems I've been fucking having are gonna warrant me having to fucking have surgery or what's going on. I don't know. My heart's all fucked. So that being said, love my grandma. Hope she's doing well. Very cool. If I had it my way, I'd have her on the show. I should call her one day, but she'd flip her shit if she found out that I put her on the show. Uh, she'd never find out, but I should. I should just call her. But she's also, when I talk to her, it's an hour-long conversation, and it's usually really personal about family stuff. And I'm like, I couldn't do that to her. But I'd love to have you guys hear just how British she is. I love how British my grandma is. I'm like, you've lived here for like 50 plus years. Like, it's funny how much she still sounds like that. I'm like, and she says that it's all gone away. She's like, I don't sound British at all. I'm like, she's like, when I go to Britain, it's been a while, but she's like, she's like, when I go back to Liverpool, which is where she's from, people can't understand her, which is kind of funny because I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to keep an accent for 50 fucking years. I'll tell you that. You definitely held on pretty fucking good. There we go. We have our little sock, is what's called SOC. Smoking out of the electric sock, which is the Condemned to Burn limited edition. These things go for about $109.95. But you can order a custom limited edition Condemned to Burn electric dabber. That's my band's custom stuff. And by custom, I mean I order one, slap a sticker on there, put it back in the box, and send it right to you for about $10 in my own pocket. Nick, that's so dope. It is dope. Don't get me wrong. And the fact that it is my Condemned to Burn one is dope. So I was thinking about this. I can get these if I buy a shit ton of them pretty cheap. They go from like $100 down to like $60 if you buy like fucking like 10 plus. You have to buy like 20. So that's like $1,000. It's crazy. But one day, if I get big enough, and these are made for wholesale, so you're allowed to resell these too. I was a slap on my Condemned to Burn slaps, and I have a friend who does etching, has a sick glass etcher. So all you need to do is put a bunch of cool stickers, as I get a bunch of cutouts, and cover these glass things up with it, and then sandblast them. Then take off the stickers so you can see all the cool designs in them and shit like that, and sell custom Condemned to Burn e-dabbers. I told my band about that, and they're like, yeah, we're not fucking doing that. They're like, no one's ever going to buy that. I'm like, I know. I'm just kind of spitballing. Nick, those concert photos look like you're having the time of your life. I always do. To be 100% honest, right now, I calculate my life a lot on how many moments and seconds, because it's you don't get nearly enough time. But how much time I'm on stage is what I'm weighing my whole life on, which kind of sucks. But it's what I like to do, and it's what I want to do, and that's how you have to have that mentality. I feel like otherwise, why the fuck are you doing it? It very quickly loses all monetary value. Fucking recognition isn't a super big thing at first by any means. So it's like, you have to really want to fucking be up there. And I do have the time of my life up there. Even when everything's fucked, even if everything is fucked, which usually somehow or another always ends up happening right before a show. I get fucked up news. I found out, all this crap, or I find that I leave stuff, or everyone's in them fighting, or something's happening every time. The second you're on stage, it doesn't matter. I'm in so much pain all the time. My fucking shoulder hurts, my knee hurts, my ankle hurts, my fucking just life hurts at this moment for me. And it doesn't hurt when you're on stage. Doesn't mean you're not hurting yourself. I'm just saying it doesn't. You don't think about pain. You don't think about how much life sucks. You don't think about the fact that you're going to die soon. Even if it's 20, 30 years later or 10, 30 seconds later, you don't think about it. I don't think about so many things, and that's a fucking drug. You know what I mean? That's a fucking drug. And I'm addicted to it, and I'm not against that. The good thing about the drugs I'm addicted to is I say it blatantly to everybody. I'm like, yeah, I'm addicted to weed. If you can get addicted to pot, I done did it. And like I said, the stage can be the same way, where it's like, holy shit, shit doesn't matter. It's like doing fucking like what people say heroin is. I've never done heroin, although I kind of have, because we've all done morphine. If you've ever been hurt enough, morphine, opiates, painkillers, fucking liquid codeine, that shit's all the same. They just call it different things. I try to stick to my personal of choice. I got some really nice stuff going on here. I forget what it was. Smells like candy though. My sister gave me 2 grams of hash, one for me and one for my girlfriend. I kind of confiscated both, but because I smoke it too much. But this stuff is very tasty. Truth hurts. Great motivational book is David. I don't want to fuck up that name. Goggins. Can't hurt me. That's good. Fuck it. Still am definitely sick. I wish I could like hawk up all this crap in my lungs, but I can't. Fortunately, I'm breathing okay. Shit's not terrible. For being sick, I'm not too bad. Drinking some throat coat. This is my fucking shit right here. It's called throat coat, which is a horrible name, really, but it's very accurate. This is a different type I usually get. Like, they have different, same company, but different type. And it's not as good as some of the others, but it's okay. I definitely recommend for anybody out there sick or who does some vocal stuff like I do. This is my go-to shit. Says you're not supposed to overdo them, so I only have like 1 or 2 a day, and I usually spread the days apart. But throat coat, man, that shit saved my shit the last few days, and it helps me get through a lot of recording with that harsh vocal stuff. Sometimes I'll fucking shred you up. I've been trying this thing where you use vinegar to kind of like set your throat up. Truth hurts. My throat coat is Jamerson. Just kidding. See, that's what I mean. Like, and you know what? That probably would fuck your throat up even worse. But it does make you feel good. See, that's the thing with a lot of the drugs, a lot of the things we talk about is they don't actually help. That's one thing about pot that kind of has a dual effect where it does have a lot of medical benefits. I should probably be using something cleaner in my finger, but whatever. All right, we got this sweet stuff here. We'll take a little one for now. Nick, I got some dabs out of my mini Bing. Bing. I only know Bing as a what is that, drink? Is that Bings or Bangs? I think they might be Bang. So true. But yeah, a lot of the stuff back to the truth hurts. A lot of the stuff that we use to medicate, like alcohol, feels good at the moment, but you're doing more damage in the end. You take pills and it feels good at the moment, you just destroyed your kidney and your liver and you became addicted to something that's gonna fuck you up. And now you're gonna do something else. I know I'm addicted to pot, but you know what? Fuck, dude. At least it's not fucking doing too much fucking damage. I know that because it's been used for fucking thousands and thousands of years, and it has a pretty good mini bong. Okay, mini Bing. Nick, I thought for sure you were talking about a glass company. You know what I mean? My mini Bing bong, like people will say, like my little sour piece or whatever. I was about to light my fucking dab rig. Speaking of which, everybody, cheers! It is officially 11:28. Don't know what's so official about it, but it is. Here is a Shatterdaze. This is my COVID quarantine Shatterdaze extravaganza special and limited edition. We are gonna take a little dab off of this little guy. I do have a review that I need to do on this guy, and I would love to get another one because I already fucked this one up, and I'd like to get another one, treat it better, and know what's a little bit wrong. You really have to clean these things a lot because they just, like I said, I have a review coming out. All being said, they are fun, they are great, and they work perfect when you're not trying to fuck with anything. They're the easiest way to dab. Right now, they're actually quite light on my throat too. It has a really low setting. So I've been digging it. We're taking some nice candy dabs. Cheers, everybody. Although right now everything it feels like fucking pure fire on my throat. And not like the good type of fire, like pure fucking hot coals. So I'm trying to take a little tiny rips. That throat coat helps so much too. Fuck COVID. Fuck getting sick. Shit sucks. This thing's kind of perfect right now, though. Ah. See, sometimes it can be a very light. I mean, I have it on the lowest setting. But what I've noticed is if you go a second round with it, it really starts ripping. But hopefully all is well. I got a whole bunch of shit lined up here in the fucking future with more shows and more concerts. But shit's already getting canceled. I see fucking concerts getting canceled left and right, which sucks. I'm really worried that by the time Nick, I had some milky hits out of the mini rig. See, if I light this thing again, that's when it starts getting milky, even on the lowest setting, because it's not quite cooked yet either. There's still plenty in there, but then you light it again, and it's like a heating. Like hits that make your soul leave your body. No shit. Panda Cat just downloaded Reaper. Reaper the DAW, I take it. Woo! The music program Reaper, I'm taking it. Reaper is, yes. Okay, so Reaper is the one I've been looking at as if I was gonna switch to anything, I'd probably switch to Reaper. And I might even buy Reaper if I had the money, especially. It's not too expensive. I would buy Reaper because I'd like to do more live recording on Reaper. I use Fruity Loops, and I really don't have anything bad to say about Fruity Loops necessarily. So, first DAW I ever had was Fruity Loops, like 7, I think. And my friend gave me a stolen version of it. And then that fucking crashed eventually on one of my computers. So I stole another version that was like maybe 9 or something, which both those were old even when I got them because they were stolen. And that's how I learned, was on a stolen program of Fruity Loops. But I always said I'd do this because I thought it was fair to that company. I said, I never sold any music on the stolen program. And I said, once I get good enough to make music that I'm willing to sell to other people, I'm going to buy this program because I feel wrong stealing from somebody, making music on it's like stealing somebody's guitar and then selling the songs you made off of it. It's like, it's kind of a dick move. If you're going to steal a guitar, especially from like a shop, let's say, I'd feel a lot less bad. But if you just steal a guitar, I mean, use it, do whatever. But if you're like super proud and fucking like, look at my badass guitar, I'm like, depending on how you stole it, but I'm like, you lose stuff. Panda Cat, I love Ableton Live. Ableton Live was another one I wanted to really check out too. Nick, Reaper was pretty easy for me to self teach. Reaper, a big reason why I want it is it's more geared for live recording. Fruity Loops is more for like straight up EDM stuff and trap beats and stuff like that, which is fine. And I record on it. I like Fruity Loops. Circling back to what I was just saying, I felt like I owed the company and still kind of do. I built fucking 20 years of my learning how to make shit on there on a stolen program. So I gave them my money and I bought all my programs that I needed. I stole all the programs first. And I'm like, I'm so glad I did because half of them, I'm like, I would never use them or really pay that money for. So demos are good. use the demos on stuff on VSTs and stuff, but most free VSTs are fine. And then I ended up buying like 3 actual programs, so the actual fucking DAW and like 3 VSTs, and they were all like collectively actually that's really expensive. Still spent like fucking $500 at least on those 3 programs, maybe more. So I'm like, fuck, dude. So with that, I have like $1,000 worth of stuff. But Reaper, way dope. And what was I gonna say? I do a lot of live stuff. I watch Spectre Media Group. Uh, the what is it? Glenn Fricker, his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of people. Anyone who's probably fucking with Reaper and doing live metal mixes has heard of that guy now, which is worth it. I've been watching him since he wasn't big, and that's cool to watch some people grow. That being said, he uses Reaper, and it'd be great to just like look at everything he does and just be like, okay, no, exactly. Because he'll also do a lot of drum programming tutorials and shit like that. And again, I don't love the mapping and how I have it set up. And that's also, I'm using addictive drums. So it gets into a weird area of everything. But I'm pretty happy with where I'm at component wise with all my gear. Uh, I finally have. That being said, most of the gear I have, I buy on the recommendation of fucking Glenn from Spectre Media Group because he's the dude gearing shit towards me, the person who doesn't want to spend a shit ton of money but wants to make a good production in metal. And what do you know? See, Panda Cat. Yeah, Ableton Live is a $1,000 just for Ableton Live, which don't get me wrong, there's been a point where I was going to switch to something like that. I thought about it, but for $1,000, dude, I like hardware, and I can do most of what I do on Ableton Live. Don't get me wrong, it gets harder to do it. It's more expensive in the long run, kinda, but having hardware is dope. Fucking, I love louvers and shit. Was it the Boss 505 Mark II just came out for like $600? That thing's dope. Um, uh, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I've priced this out, and it's probably like a $3,000 setup. But you have this cool thing too, and you need like a table, and it just looks cooler to me to watch people using hardware than their MacBook. That being said, if I was super loaded, how much easier would it be to just have one fucking laptop and a keyboard? You know, it all kind of. Uh, Panda Cat. I'm building a Atari Punk console right now, and I have the Launchpad Pro, which is another thing I've been looking at too because I love those things. And like I said, I kind of like it just being on the table and it lights up and it's cool to see. And people fucking vibe on that shit. And I really think they do. That shit means more than having a certain type of guitar amp or stack or pedals. I mean, no one can really see your pedals. No one can like your stack. I mean, everyone's using the same fucking 5150 shit anyway. No, I'm just joking. There's some Glenn Fricker. That's not really me. Everyone's using the same Marshall I that knows or tries to. It doesn't matter your shit as much. But when you have a table full of fucking electronics lighting up and you can see people fucking like, that's your performance to me. Don't get me wrong, it's all dope, and I appreciate good music and musicianship anyway. But a lot of the live stuff I've watched, it's really fun to watch all that fucking hardware getting worked and other samplers. Yeah, Nick, most of my music knowledge was all self-taught. I've all, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing because all information is self-taught. You have to kind of go out to get it. That being said, I've never had a teacher, but I've watched a lot of YouTube tutorials. Um, I used to think that being self-taught was such an advantage because in my head I'm like people who create it themselves aren't in that box of creativity that everyone else is. They can do whatever they want. They Once you get good on your own merits, like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if you learn how to do it really good from this guy, you're gonna end up sounding like this guy with you mixed in. You know what I mean? Or if you learn from 100 people, it'll be those 100 people with you mixed in that variant there, and that gives it a lot of variance. But at some point, I'm like, if you just learn it all on your own, you are the creative force. You know what I mean? There's this weird liberation that I thought was happening there. I learned right away as soon as I actually started taking the time to learn some music theory and shit. I'm like, oh, then that's way important. Sure, Jimi Hendrix never had any fucking guitar lessons, but he's one in a fucking billion. He's one in fucking a trillion. You know, there's not many like that. There's a few other people I know who are totally self-taught, but they're fucking amazing. But at the same time, there was a lot of disadvantages that they had. And imagine that person's natural self-taught skill mixed with a lot of fucking teaching and shit, and the sky becomes the limit. So, Nick, basically how I learned Reaper, just mess with stuff to see what it does. Now, when I first got Fruity Loops, I got a stolen version, and I didn't even have hardly the internet. Just got the internet. Definitely wasn't big into YouTube at all. And like even watching videos, it just didn't even cross my mind to watch tutorials for whatever reason. My friend just taught me the basics of what he knew, which is, I quickly outlearned what he knew within a few years because he came back. He's like, he said it. He's like, you're like the second person I've stolen this program for and taught the basics, and then came back and they like have been fucking learning it more than I have. So he gave me the basics, and then I just spent a lot of time fucking around and doing it really wrong for a very, very long time. Like probably like 3 years of like doing shit really bad. And people would come over. I remember this one kid who's like, "Oh yeah, I mess on Fruit Loops. Let me see some of your projects. I'd love to come over." He came over and he's like, "Yeah, that was really good," but he's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're doing in there. Like the way I had shit set up and patterned and shit was just a fucking nightmare." So actually learning the program and going on a YouTube channel and being like, okay, this is how you should have a basic idea of this setup was huge for me. And the guy who taught me was all on electronic music. He was like straight up EDM guy. And I wanted to make like rap beats at first and then metal fucking recordings. And again, Fruity Loops was probably not the best one for me, but I'm still with it for now. Panda Cats, how I work Ableton. I think that there's some type of, if you can't just jump into it with no instruction, find it fun to see what everything does, want to do that, and then have the knowledge to learn something from that. It's not maybe the best thing for that person. You know what I mean? If you have to have instruction, you're like, well, this is, it takes a certain type of person to do that, to jump into a program where you're like, I just jumped into it and just started playing with it and had fun and learned how to do shit. It's like, well, that alone means you had some dedication, some intelligence, some basic concept of what you wanted. You know what I mean? You had a musical idea of some sort because you accomplished, you know what I mean? You wouldn't go out your way to do that if you didn't, if you ask me. So Ableton Live is hard, like hard to learn or just like hard as fuck. No, I'm just joking. Nick, gonna hit the sax soon. It was good seeing you. You too, Nick. Always. Yeah, it's already fucking almost midnight here. I'd definitely normally be way done with my show, but I'm still kind of just starting mine. I'm about to roll up a joint. We'll do another dab out of the old slabber here. And yeah, you have a good night, Nick. Panda, to learn, hard to learn. Ableton Live, yeah, I can imagine. So it looked very advanced. It's the most, it's uh the cutting edge shit right now. It really is. So I thought about getting it, but I'm really glad I didn't, just because my musical, what I'm doing right now has shifted a lot. Um, One good thing about Ableton Live and being able to do shit all in one spot is I can do the show and it would might work out well, you know what I mean? But shit's weird. To be honest, I'd have like fucking 100 grand in fucking musical gear before I had a fucking nice car. You know what I mean? Like, again, if I could change my fucking $30,000 car back, I would have bought a fucking $5,000 car and had $25,000 worth of equipment in here instead. But you live, you learn. Um, Big thing for me, I always knew it, but you know, I don't know. It's one of those things where if you're making a lot of money right now, at least once in a while, you need to stop and think, okay, what happens if I am unable to make a lot of money tomorrow? You know what I mean? Should I buy this car? What if I'm not able to make money tomorrow? Should I do this? What if I'm not able to make money tomorrow? I'm like, you start realizing like one of the safest things you could do is just save up fucking money, especially with the way how crazy the world is at any given time. You never know what's gonna happen. Like with COVID and shit, like that really shut a lot of shit down. So it's good to have a backup plan and such. Panda Cat, yeah, I have a problem with gear. So I think I'm fucking amazing with gear, to be honest. I know I don't have a problem because if I had a problem, like I said, I would have done that. Don't get me wrong, in my head, I know I want to do that. But I'm super broke right now in my life. And I feel like that's one of the things I really appreciate, like that Spectre Media Group again, like shows that aren't like, I watch stuff that promotes the broke guys. You know what I mean? Like, what's the cheapest way to do it the most efficiently? That's my goal on everything with car, with the music, instruments, the fucking like. How do I do it as efficiently as possible for as cheap as possible? And obviously, as soon as you're doing it yourself, you're getting it a lot cheaper. But I don't know. I do a lot of fucking research before I buy things, and I don't do too much impulse buying anymore. And yeah, like I said, I just try to get a lot of bang for my buck. I've done a lot of the impulse buying and shit like that, and buying certain instruments. I think the biggest key for me was finding out what I really want to do in the end, and that's pretty much been helping me like pick gear. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm doing like the metal thing. So I'm in a metal band, so it's been a lot easier to be like, okay, what's the cheapest way I can record really good metal guitars, And I start there and work my way backwards. And I don't just go out and be like, you know what, this is the amp I want. Drop fucking 2-3 grand on it. This is the cab I want. 2-3 grand on it. This is the guitar I want. 2-3 grand on it. And I have a sweet guitar setup and no fucking way to record it. No fucking, you know what I mean? I'm broke. I have nothing else. I would love to have that shit, but I'm like, okay, no, I need to buy the cheapest guitar that records great, the cheapest amp that records great, then the cheapest of this, so I can have monitors and shit, so I can actually listen and mix this shit. It's been hard. That's a hard road to do in life. Like I said, I've been really good about not impulse buying, and just being broke actually fixes a lot of those problems. Yeah, I can do. Yeah, you can do DIY for cheaper. Oh yeah, go to Goodwill for keyboards. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I've seen shit like that. Buy fucking used. Buy used. Buy used. Um, I s- I wouldn't have half the shit in this room if I didn't buy it used. I've literally bought amps that were like, they're like, this thing's fucked up. I'll give it to you for like fucking, I think like less than $100. And I literally took it to the amp shop. You dumb fucks. They fixed it for like $75. I'm like, okay, so for less than fucking a quarter of what this was worth, I just fixed it. I have this fucking awesome fucking acoustic fucking double bass combo amp. I'm like, yeah, I paid like maybe $170 for this thing. And they start at fucking, like 5 or something like that. All those numbers kind of at my ass, but it's been a long time. But I've done a lot of shit like that. Panda, buy used, but it depends. I mean, anymore, I've gotten super lucky because I'll buy on like fucking Reverb, Sweetwater, or Guitar Center, and they all have return policies. Oh, is it broken? Or you just don't like it? Send it back. Yep. Yeah, I just didn't like it. Send it back. Um, that's taken a lot of that away. I mean, yeah, and I don't get me wrong. There's this weird feeling of like certain things you really have this feeling of like, oh, I don't trust anybody else who's used this and given it back. It won't be in pristine condition, and I just don't know. Like, yeah, sometimes that's a little hard to deal with, but like I said, I've had a lot of good luck, and there's a lot of equipment I couldn't buy unless I buy it used. And goddamn, like, so I think a lot about guitar pedals, guitar amps, uh, cabinets, shit like that. I'm like, fuck, dude. A lot of people return that shit, and fucking, it sucks. I recommend never selling your stuff to fucking Guitar Center. They don't give you shit because they sell it fucking for shit too. I mean, like that's how they sell them. It's not the best for that, just like a pawn shop. It sucks to sell things to a pawn shop, but you can find some damn good prices there. Panda, like my Novation Circuit mono station is going up in price. Yeah. Yeah, those Novation circuits are sick though. I've seen those. Uh, I saw this one that has this custom wooden built fucking box for it and shit too. There's some cool shit. Yeah, I thought about getting one of those too. But you know what? Like I said, I didn't know. I would love to have those, but that'd just be me fucking around my free time. Really, I'd love to have this whole table just covered in fucking equipment so I could just do those live on these shows, just having fun. With my free time too. That's pretty much what I do. I mean, I could just I have everything set up over there to do it too. My whole keyboard setup's just here. You can see the start of my keys right there. And it's an 88 piece fucking stand up electronic fucking MIDI controller one, which is dope. Again, got it used because the screen's fucked. It's got a broken screen, and it's one of those like it's like a Casio 3800 or something. They're like $700, like $800 fucking keyboard. They're like the screen smashed, and they're like, and we can't get to turn on without turning back off. They had a really fucked up fucking plug in it, and it wasn't to the fucking right. It was a the AC adapter or whatever was just a generic one. I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you like $100, and they're like, they thought I was an idiot, and I'm like, they're like, all right, and the keys are a little scratched up. I'm like, I'm like, whatever, I'll take it. And dude, fucking that thing's a beast. Fucking got a new plug-in. It turns on fine. I don't use that fucking screen because I don't want to use the fucking. There's like 1,000 built-in like different sounds in it. I'm like, no, it's just a giant MIDI controller for me. So I'm like, fuck, dude. Yeah. So I'm like, I got like a fucking I've looked it up. It's like almost $800 fucking keyboard. I got for less than 100. I think I gave it to them for fucking a little bit less than that. And they're like, yeah, fucking. And they thought they fucking chipped me. I'm like, yeah, dude, that thing's a beast. Weighted keys and shit. Like, I should use it more. Um, I don't know. I would love to spend more time and money doing the fucking music thing. But the thing with me is I really like doing music live. You know what I mean? Like the live thing is really important to me. I love streaming. Like this would be cool too, but there's nothing that compares to being on stage. We were talking about that earlier. I mean, that's really why I perform. It's not to sell records or sell shirts or get known or famous on even on fucking this show. It's literally if I got famous on this show, so I could sell tickets to fucking shows. Even if I didn't make as much money doing just live shows, that's what I like to do. That being said, um, that shit's fucking dying right now. Like I was saying earlier, fucking I'm seeing a lot of shows getting canceled again, which of course, because everything's fucked. I have COVID. Everyone I know has COVID. My store is fucking shut down. So, Panda, easy to fix though. Oh, what's easy to fix? What the hell over that? That's a crazy crazy raw. That's definitely raw as fuck. There's a bunch of like plant fibers inside of it that I can see. Hmm. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys. Can't really see them. Oh, live performance is amazing on YouTube right now. Well, I mean, it is, and it's why it's there. You know what I mean? And I don't hate it, and I love being at home, and sometimes I hate going out to the club. There's a lot of things about it that is great, but I don't know. When I first started getting into performing and like music and stuff, like there wasn't live streaming and that stuff. So it was never on my mind to want to do that. You know what I mean? I built my whole life on wanting to fucking do something else, and that's being out and being live. Uh, so it's a little bit of a change to want to do that, switch it to here. But I'll take live performance any way I can get it. Whew. You okay? Too excited? Bless you. Bless you. I'm just worried that that's just gonna shut down and not be like what it was. Who knows? Oh, your keyboard is an easy fix. I know that fucking screen and shit. I've looked into that too. Now that's the only real thing wrong with it is that screen. And I forget you can order them online for like $50 or less, but then you have to fix them yourself. Are you so excited? You okay? You okay? She gets really excited and starts sneezing. You're okay? Yeah, you're okay. I missed you. Come here. There's my girl. She's so special. Look how special my special girl is. Looks like she really wanted to get on the table there for a second. Oh, there's. Hey, Sandy, those fibers are a secret message. You have to squirt lemon juice on the paper to see it. No shit. Yeah, this one has a bunch of. I've gone through thousands of these goddamn raws, and they say that they're like all natural and stuff. This one definitely has like some darker flecks in there that I've just never seen. Like I don't know, pieces of wood or something. Very natural looking, extra natural. Sandy, great to have you with us. Sandy, good to catch you before I log off. Venom, how was the Casper show? Uh, it went good. The show went good. Hey, what if I give you a treat to stay over here? All right. Casper show was good. I wish I would have been able to live stream it, but at the same time, Casper is really weird. So you know, everything shuts down in Casper at like pretty early. Why don't you just move over just a little bit? There we go. There we go. There it is. You know, just give us a little bit. Yeah, there it is. All right. So everything shuts down at like fucking 11. I mean like everything. They have no fucking nightlife whatsoever. So at like 8 o'clock, everything is fucking packed. Like when we started the show, it was very full, very packed. By 11 o'clock, everyone was ready to go to bed out there. Hey, come on. All I'm doing is petting you over a little bit. But so that was okay. It was okay in the end. Why don't you move just a little bit? She's like, I got to sit right in the center. There you go. There's a good girl. Now I can see everybody. There you guys are. So the show went good. other than the fact I got fucking sick coming home, which I'm sure was from being around there. Also, it's like Casper, Wyoming kind of felt like one of the redneck capitals of the world to me. You know what I mean? It was just very, no one wore a fucking mask. Literally, like not one person from Wyoming I saw wore a mask at any point in time ever. Um, everyone's just super, I don't know, there's a lot of mullets out there, a lot of trucks, a lot of stairs going on and such. And it's really windy and it's really cold and the pot's super illegal. I'm not trying to talk shit about anyone from Wyoming. I'm just trying to say that Wyoming sucks. Um, it's not friendly to me and I'm not friendly to it. I love Yellowstone. Yellowstone's dope. I've been out there and it's beautiful with the fucking what, Old Faithful and all that shit. Dope. Go out there if you can fucking stand not getting high for a little while. I smuggle that shit out there and smoke constantly in Yellowstone, but I didn't realize how fucking they do not like weed out there. I was talking to multiple people who's like, I got pulled over with a joint once and did like a fucking week in jail. Like I heard that multiple times. I had X amount of weed, super small, did a week in jail. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to jail for fucking anything like that. Uh, it's on the ballot right now, the ballot to legalize it out there, and God, I hope they do. I would really. I mean, I'm kind of glad up until this point in my life. Maybe it's good that I haven't traveled around a bunch because pot's not fucking legal everywhere, and I am not. I don't do well out there. I become a dick when I can't get high, and when the fucking state won't let me get high. Uh, yeah, fuck that noise. Cheers, everybody. Speaking of which, it's great to be back in Colorado. And the whole time I'm thinking, dude, I do this shit live on a fucking TV show, and I can't fucking smoke a bowl without feeling like a crackhead in a back alley in the cold ass wind in Wyoming. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. There is a point where I'm like drunk by myself, smoking a bowl out in the cold of a motel parking lot in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, I finally made it as a musician. I made it. I made it. This is the dream, and I know that this is the life that I have chosen. um, yeah, yeah. So, and then I ate a whole bunch of fucking frozen food out of a microwave in a hotel and got sick. What do you know? Fuck everything. But Pete Wiper, I'm staying in Canada. It's legal here. Canada is amazing. I went out there. I literally got off the plane in British Columbia. The plane, walking out, there's like multiple people sitting with backpacks on the floor going, weed, weed, you need weed, pot. I bought pot before I left the goddamn airport at fucking in Canada. Got an eighth for $15. It was dank. And I just got the exchange rate from fucking America. And like, so that fucking eighth cost me like probably like $10 or fuck. It was like fucking, the exchange rate was dope back then. I loved going to Canada. It was amazing. I wanted to move there. I'm like, we could take all our money and almost double it if we go to Canada. And it's fucking amazing out there. But I'm glad Colorado's the next best. If you ever go to America, don't judge it too harshly until you visit Colorado. You know, I feel like I was lucky enough to be born in where I want to be born. You know what I mean? Even people from California are like, there's things that are amazing about California, but it's terrible to live there. Although they're doing a damn good job of doing that here now too. So, but Colorado used to be. I'm so thankful for being born and living throughout like the late 90s and shit in Colorado when it was still decent and had like a good feel to it. Because it was always super. There's a reason pot was legal here first, anyways, because people are already more accepting to that shit here. We had a very good open vibe here to begin with. And again, I didn't realize it until I leave. I leave and I'm like, oh fuck, man. I couldn't imagine being from Wyoming. I just couldn't. I wouldn't be who I am. I'd be in fucking prison or something stupid for fucking smuggling pot, for smuggling a fucking plant. Because I'm like, no, this shit's fucked. It's one thing I used to grow here in Colorado and sell pot and super illegal. And I was always like, yeah, I break the law and I am like a criminal and shit like that. But I'm like, I felt like, it's very non-threatening. It's always been non-threatening, even when you did it here illegally in Colorado. It's like, yeah, it's just some pot. It's just some weed. No one's getting hurt. There's no need to take it too serious. And I like that. Oh, all right. So we are smoking some more. I have a whole bunch of this. This has to be grape ape. Um, Garbage bin pot I grew. A whole bunch of pot I just fucking left to die, and it still turned out being better than most of the pot I get at dispensaries, like 99% of it, really. So, some homegrown we're smoking on tonight. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Shit's is what it is. Um, Cats and the dog help. Good times. Waking up the neighbors at 12 o'clock at night on a Saturday. Fuck them. Sandy, there's currently a bill pending in the California state legislature to legalize the possession, obtaining, giving away, or transportation of specified quantities of psilocybin, DMT, LSD, and etc. Yeah, I actually saw something that Paul Statman, whatever. He was saying something about that, which was pretty cool. I think that's overreaching and will cause the bill to be voted down. Stick to psilocybin alone and go with it. You know what? And you're absolutely right. That's where a lot of people fuck up is they're like, legalize everything. It's all good. I'm like, even though I kind of do have that mentality, that's not ever going to work like that. No one's ever going to vote for that shit. So yeah, pick and choose your battles and put all your fucking like weight on the heavy stuff. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird how they like to do that, but whatever. Oops, almost caught it. Ugh. I I do stand for like legalizing everything, but you push too many things at once, and no one's going to change. And that's the problem with the world is we need change. We need immediate big changes, and that's the one thing we're so against doing. We only want to slightly shift our laws and our ways of thinking, and we wonder a lot why magical shit can't fucking happen. It's because we can't magically change the way we think and radically change the way we think. That's where psychedelics actually come into play. I remember a long time ago thinking of people like Ken Kingsley and the Merry Pranksters as being these fucked up people who would go around dosing unwilling people and unknowing and like I'm like that's like poisoning and fucking people up and it's not right and that's not the way to do it. But I'm starting to realize, dude, I mean, fuck. I'm not against that either. I'm like, fuck it, dude. They weren't in the wrong. They knew where this fucking country and this world was all heading. And it's like, we vastly need to change our perception. And a lot of the time, for a lot of us, psychedelics is the way to go, was the way to go. I feel like we're having so many problems with mental disorders right now that most people can't handle psychedelics because they aren't in a mental state that would help. You know what I mean? They're in such a violent, torn, psychologically distressed spot that adding psychedelics to that will only drive them further away from the spiritual enlightenment that we're trying to get them to. You know what I mean? So, but back in the 60s, what the craziest shit was, you know, don't get me wrong, there's Cold War shit going on, but we have so many more nukes pointed at our fucking heads every moment of every day. Just we don't fucking talk about it type shit. You know what I mean? Like it really was a fucking cakewalk in a lot of different ways. Now, oppression against certain fucking freedoms and people were way higher. So I'm not saying there wasn't problems, but the ability to take psychedelic drugs and fucking have a good time was a lot easier when there wasn't fucking the internet worth of fucking the dark web thrown in your face or fucking crazy drugs that people are doing. You know, I mean, like shit's fucking out of hand in the world right now. We are living in a hyper technological drug frenzy fucking madhouse. You know what I mean? We are on a we are in an electric circus on fire and a fucking it's just crazy. And you pick up on that shit just a little bit when you get in tune with everything, you know? That's psychedelic drugs put you in tune with everything in a different way because you're seeing it through a new lens. You know, so you're a pair of eyes, but there's a new fucking lens on them. And it's a shame, you know what I mean? And maybe there was a chance to fucking bring shit out of it, you know what I mean? If the 60s did something wrong, it's that they got pushed back, you know what I mean? And all the hippies from the 60s ended up being the fucked up parents that raised up horrible fucking generations of crappy kids now, and it just gets kind of worse and worse. Or different anyway. People are like, oh, you know, this has happened forever. But, you know, one generation is always saying the next is worse, and the next is worse, and the next is worse. In some ways they're wrong, in some ways they're right. But this is a new bag that we're all living in, you know? Shit's crazy. We have problems and we see things that no other generation has. And we got puppies that don't care. They just want puppy love. They just want to be held and loved all the time. All the time because it's a love. You can have us here. Us here is okay. You want to hop up? You want to hop up? You can hop up. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Nope. She's like, nah, fuck that thing. Panda Cat, sunrise. Is it sunrise where you're at? No, I'm just joking. It is about that time, huh? Yeah. It is officially 12:17 where I'm at. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is it? What is it? Yeah, yeah. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, play some guitar. See, she likes playing guitar. What is it? Yes, she just loves it. All my animals hate it when I'm fucking playing anything. They are very jealous. Very jealous. I'm still doing that. Wait, APC circuit. Oh, my shit's kind of turned down, so it's kind of choking out. Yeah. Yeah. Hear those sweet kitty growls? Enough playing around. I'm too fucking out of it. It's tiring being sick, I'll tell you that. But it's so good having puppies here to keep you company. I'll give you high fives. High fives. She's like, no. I already gave you high fives. There's a high five. Good girl. Oh, what is it? All right. Well, we are going to spin the wheel of dabs one time, but I don't want to scare everybody, so we're going to wait until this puppy's done cuddling. Oh, of course you're cuddling him, no one can see you because of the kitty. All right. There's a good girl. We're going to spin this wheel of dabs, take a dab, finish this joint, and we are calling it a night. So, try not to pop all over ourselves is what we're trying not to do. Panda, all I have to do is add a little of speaker and power. Oh, yeah, you're doing that APC circuit. Working on something. Again, out of it. But what do we land on? Free choice. What do you know? I have a free choice right here. One of my favorite bongs. You see that? You like it? Look how pretty it is. Even though it's all dirty as shit. It's my Grateful Dead bong. Covered in dead bears and just a beautiful piece. Even the down stem is covered with fucking little millies cut out and fucking designs and fully worked. Just an amazing ripper. Bottle shaped. It doesn't get much better than that if you ask me. So, definitely my favorite piece for the most part, I would say. I'm trying to think. I'd say for my dabbers, it's a top 3 and close to the top. Love this thing. So we're going to go ahead and get sparked up. And we're going to do some more of this candy taffy dabs off of it. So, I'll quit butchering your ears with my guitar playing, which at 12 in the morning after all these is not helping. Tone step synth. Okay. That this APC circuit is it like the yeah. Anyway, tone step synth. There you go. Thank you. I have been up fucking since like 7 something this morning, 6 something. I haven't been sleeping really well. It's hard to sleep with this shit. I'll say that. Uh, just being sick in general sucks. Can't breathe out your nose, achy, hot, cold, that type of shit. Fortunately, that's all going away. Like I said, I feel like I'm starting to finally do okay. Should be all right. I'm still on quarantine for another few days, so I might do another live stream Wednesday night. Nope, I'll be back working. So who knows? We'll work something out. There's a lot of games I still have that I bought literally to stream. There's like 2 video games I have out there, and yeah, my throat's finally giving in. Yep, I knew that was happening. All right, too much talking, too much smoking, still sick. Uh-oh, we got the hood. We got the hooded one. Let's pop that hood up. Come here. At least hop up. There, look at that hood. Can you see our coop? Kind of saw it. Panda's screen hog. There's a girl with her hood on. Look at the hood on my head. Look, look, look. See, she got a nice little warm coat hood. Oh, I love you so much. Who loves you so much? Give me a kiss and I'll let you down. All right. Yep, there's that hood. Awesome little hood that clicks on there. So, all right. Oh yeah. Hopefully this didn't cool off too much. If so, we will just warm it back up. Seems perfect to me. Cheers, everybody. Oh! Oh! Man, it's hard puffing right now, I'll tell you that. It's easier to do some cold starts when you have a cold or sick, when you're sick. I'm super bummed. I got fucking COVID, dude. I tried so hard not to. I did so much more than everyone I knew. I've been sanitizing all my fucking groceries and food. I don't eat out. I always eat, my own food and make my own stuff. I don't trust other people. You know what I mean? I don't go to social events. And when I do, I always have my mask on. I've literally worn my mask since the start of this thing. Like a fucking crazy person all the time. I've gone through probably like 100 bottles of sanitizer. I try to be really safe. I deliver pizza to people. I'm like, fuck, man, still got that shit. So, lets you know you can't be too careful right now. So, stay safe. Fucking don't let your guard down, is what I'm trying to say. Because this shit sucks. That's funny. Ugh. Panic. So my girlfriend's outside putting out the trash or whatever. The big barrel. It's fucking almost one. It's 12:30. in the morning, and she's putting out these huge, it's making a lot of noise. So oh, fuck it, I straight, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it keeps going on. I don't know what it was. I just grabbed the fucking, grabbed the bitch. No, I'm just joking. I grabbed my fucking baseball bat. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm out there ready to go kill somebody. I'm like, oh fuck! I thought you were having like a struggle or something outside. Yeah, she's fine. Everything's fine. And my sick ass doesn't have to go out and fucking beat some ass. Yeah. Hey, it's better safe than sorry, right? At least I didn't grab the machete. What I should do with my fucking busted ass shoulders, just go grab the crossbow. I usually have the crossbow just on hand. He's right. All right. Which one of you is? I accidentally shoot somebody I don't want to. Yeah. So you never know. Sometimes you gotta go and beat some ass. Everything's fine. Don't worry. But that's the end of me. I can't be smoking anymore. My fucking throat's just fucking thrashed, dude. This is the most I've smoked in a few days too, at least in one sitting. Don't get COVID just so you can get high. You know what I mean? Also, people have been losing taste and smell. I've been really good with that shit, so no worries there. But shit's been good. I was worried that was going to end at a bad tone. All right, we are going to finish the stab. Now that I'm back in here and everything's safe. I'd like to shoot this out to everybody who wasn't with us tonight, or at least I didn't see live. Great having a good night with you guys. Smoke weed every day, says Panda Cat. But to everybody, seriously, you guys mean a lot. Love you guys. We will see you next time. We're going to be doing a bunch of shows. So I got my fingers crossed that I'll be able to do some live streams and actually they won't get canceled, shit like that. But I have some ideas that if shows start getting canceled, I know how to do live streams now. We are through like a promotion group, Ground Zero Promotions. So I have some ideas where I can do live streams of all the bands because they got like 30 bands and they can come in and do sets and I'll live stream them or we'll set something up. But my band's cool because we have a gigantic bong and see live stream at Panda Cat. See, and that's pretty much what the plan is. I'm really not sure how everything's gonna go. I totally know why they're done. Like everyone's got fucking COVID right now. At least like everyone at my work, my whole family, me again, and I'm super careful. So I'm just really worried that they're gonna shut down. I have like 8 more shows going. As it is right now, we just did our last show in Wyoming on Saturday, so a week from yesterday. Yesterday because it's technically Sunday now. Sandy, before you sign off, what's the photograph behind you that looks like a lime green glass bong being made? You know what I mean, Sandy? Yes, I do. So this is a sweet picture. Yeah, he had it. There's no real right way because. All right, so yeah, I think that's how he gave it to me. What it is, see, I personally think they put it upside down a little because that's the top of it. Ooh, just burned my arm a little. Just barely. Fortunately, it's just hot. Anyway, so that would be how it would be if it was the right way. Because what this is imagine if I held this and spun it, it's a top. It's a glass top that my friend made. And he took a really nice photo and he sold the framed photos for a while. You know, he was a hustler. He owns a Blown Out of Water glass company. So it's obviously in a black light. And the glass is this 1920s, I think it was, from the 1920s or 1930s. It's the glass. This is very similar to this. where it's radioactive, or yeah, it's technically radioactive glass that has it glows in the dark. It's UV reactive, and so yeah, I think my sister actually bought this from him, and then gave it to me for like Christmas or something like that. I also have these pillows. I don't have any in here, but he designed the pillows for me too. Uh, Again, he just sold them. I think my sister bought them and then gave them to me because I'm a broke ass and she's fucking the sweetest person ever, and has always had more ready funds to get me awesome stuff than I have for her, unfortunately, because I owe her 1,000 times over. Forget how I had this now. Was it that way? So it's this really cool glass. I love this photo. It's one of my favorite photos. That's why it's definitely had to be in frame on this show. So thank you for asking, actually. It's a cool thing to explain. A lot of the stuff here means a lot to me. This little thing that doesn't light up anymore, I just need to change out the bulbs. My grandma gave me that. That was like my dad's. He left it when he moved out, and when he moved out of her house, like back in the who knows when, fucking had to be the 70s or whatever. So, oh yeah, I got a little ring on there from touching the thing. Oh well. Um, yeah, so great little photo there. The like I said, to me, all this stuff means a lot. I just got this foam chainsaw right here. That guy. I just got that at an Exhumed concert a few months ago, a couple months ago, when shit was seemed like it was all going better. Uh, yeah, great stuff. A lot of the stuff I got and a lot of the stuff that means a lot to me is from that dude. Um, he's always just been a long time friend. Musically, a lot of what I know I owe from just hanging out around him and just picking it up. Um, you know what I mean? Self-taught is nice, but just seeing him, I was saying to somebody not long ago, a big reason why I got a nice bass. There was this time where I really thought, I don't want to buy a nice instrument until I'm good. You know what I mean? I want to be good enough to be like, yeah, see this sweet bass? I'm good. I can play it. Which isn't wrong. I get that feeling still I understand it. But my friend had a really nice bass and he would let me play it when I sucked, you know what I mean? And I'd pick it up, play it, and I started realizing that wow, this thing actually sounds fucking good. And it sounds good on his amp, and it sounds good in his fucking on his like it just sounds good. My bass on my shitty amp, no matter how fucking much I play it, I can't get it to sound like that. So if it sounded better, I would learn to play easier because I'd be getting an initial tone that I love. But that's where I realized I'm like, no, having a good instrument or at least playable is really essential to learning. I mean, it really helps. You know what I mean? And then if it's really beautiful and amazing, that's the inspiration that makes you want to pick it up sometimes. Sometimes they're just so beautiful and they feel so good. You know what I mean? In your hand, you're like, oh, this is just plays amazingly. That's a huge thing to get you motivated to practice all the time. Panda Cat, yeah, it helps tons. So I mean, I used to, like I said, I had a very big thing where I would be like, no, I'm not good. I don't want to touch a nice guitar until I know how to really play it. But I'm like, you know what? Getting a nice guitar makes you play good because you have that same feeling. If you just have a dope guitar, you still feel like, fuck, I don't deserve to play. But now you're like, you have more inspiration. Now it's under your fingers. It's the check is signed, you know what I mean? Fucking I don't know. I like I said, it took playing another friend's nice instrument on his thing to be like, wow, this sounds great. Even when I play it, it sounds good. Um, that made me fucking buy a nice instrument for myself. That made me start progressing and doing all the shit. So I owe him a ton. And just having really influential people around you, you can't pay for that. And you can't, like, it's just luck. So, Dave, wherever you're at, my friend, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully all you guys are doing well. uh, yeah, we'll see you here soon. What is next week? Let me look at the calendar real quick. Um, so I got next week. I'm doing a live show. Uh, yeah, doing another concert. At Trailside Saloon Bar and Grill. It's this. It's a pretty big staple. It's a tiny hole in the wall bar, but a lot of metal bands fucking play there. Local metal bands all fucking play there at up in North Glen. It's actually right next to where I work. Anyway, I might be able to do a live stream there, but I can't guarantee it because I don't think they have internet. One of the things I need to invest in is getting a mobile router, but I don't know if I can afford that. And it's monthly payments, and but if I was on tour, I'd have to get one of those probably, or it'd be essential because I have my computer and all this and that. It'd just be nice, and then might as well because then we could also use it to live stream all our shows. So it's an idea. It's always hard to think about what you're gonna do. Another thing I could think of doing if I had the camera for it would be to just record the whole thing. I guess I could do that too. Might just record the whole thing too, and then just upload it the next day. It's not like you have to have it. It'd be cool just to have some of these now. Now that our show's getting really tight and it's getting better, and we know our songs more, and I have more, abilities as a performer. I feel like because I started this band never being a singer, never being a front guy, and I'm already fucking a seasoned human being. So, so, so I feel like I jumped into it pretty well. Although I'd been kind of set up for the job for a long time. So, and I've been recording myself and doing stuff on my own for a while. But that being said, live streams would really be cool in the near future. I also have an idea. Like I said, there might be a really cool. I really wish that I had brought more of my gear last week to Wyoming because the guys we're working with are called Ground Zero Promotions, and they're a starting business. You know what I mean? So they're starting promoters. They're still new at it, so they're willing to take help and stuff. They don't just dictate. And they saw, like I have more fucking followers on this channel than they do on anything that they have because they're new. And this channel blew up really fast, really quick, and would have continued to, except for I knew I was getting into it on the like end of the YouTube stoner days. You know what I mean? Like that was a short-lived thing. They're still out now, but you have to. Again, it's a weird thing. Anyway, I won't get into all that. Point being is, uh, I got some viewers really quick, snuck them in there before fucking I got booted out of the algorithms. Pete Wiper, Gorilla Glue, and Diablo 2 game tonight. There you go. Fucking literally, probably like 30 grams of Gorilla Glue wax right now. It's actually pretty good, especially for wax. It's very waxy and I don't know. Got a lot of that stuff. All right. It is about to be 1 o'clock in the morning. Although, again, I did a late stream because I didn't care. Got a little Scooby snack. I did a late stream because I just don't care because I have fucking COVID and I'm not getting up early anyway. Fuck it. But yeah, uh, I'm really excited to do my next live stream because I got my. Uh, I don't have it on me. I have a Zoom fucking camera. I was just thinking in my head, I really want to get this new camera, new webcam. But it's like fucking 250. But I don't have a dollar. But I'd really like to get this one because it's made for live streaming concerts. And I'm like, God, that would be fucking what I need so bad. So hopefully I can get that because that's not too much money in the near future. I'd love to talk. I mean, if I had that, like I said, if all these shows get canceled, I'm gonna start doing more towards the live streaming for everybody, and I would like to start working with my promoters more on helping them on live streaming other bands and that. So, Handicap, what am I using at the moment? I'm using an Anchor, Anker, Anchor, 3200 or whatever, something like that. It's okay. What is the number on there? I can't see. It's okay. It's like a fucking $200 webcam. I mean, it's supposed to be pretty nice. I think the majority of what makes my show look halfway decent, if you think it does, is the fact that there's just a lot of light. Key to everything I've learned is just be overlit, don't be underlit. Really, I have a couple lights not fucking like on right now, and I should have them on. Um, I would try Stream Yards. Uh, yeah, I can always look them up too. Is it just the type of webcam? In here, streaming studio in your browser. Professional live stream. Hmm. I have to look at. It's a stream service, which is nice. I really like OBS, right? OBS does everything I need, but this computer can't handle it. It only has 16 like gigs of RAM or whatever, and it just OBS is too much. I can't live stream and do multiple things at the same time hardly. Um, Definitely can't do games. Out there, I have a my girlfriend's brother's old gaming computer. His old gaming computer is dope enough to do OBS and run perfect shit. I wish I could do shit like that because with OBS, I can hold a stream key and have multiple people use that key and stream it on their services too, and live stream it and Facebook Live it and do all these things. So, yeah, OBS is high CPU. So I'm like, fucking, my computer can't handle this, which sucks. This computer I got just for Fruity Loops to do programming, and it's still, I mean, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice enough. It costs fucking enough. It was like $1,200. Fucking for me, that's nice. Um, I mostly just got under the specs of doing music stuff, which it's totally capable of, just fine. Movie stuff and editing my shit, it's just capable of. But it can't do like After Effects or fucking run any of the cool stuff. Then again, I don't have any of that shit. Pete Wiper, see you later. Peace out. Have a good night. I'm about to leave too, but it takes me fucking hours to fucking say goodbye. I'm like my grandma, apparently. I just can't fucking let you guys go without telling you another 10 stories. You can run FL Studio Live on YouTube as well. And you can run, if I have OBS, yeah, I could fucking have it in the corner and show you guys and fucking. I love doing that. If you just want to watch me make fucking trap beats all night, I could do that really easy. Usually I can play the guitar, but I can't do that tonight. It's funny, I was playing really well earlier, but I could tell it's way out of tune. And it's in drop C fucking tuning right now, and it's out of tune, and my tuner's over there. So it didn't come out very well, but it is what it is. Route the route the audio into StreamYard. Oh, you mean Fruity Loops? Yes. And so what I was looking at is Zoom, which is the fucking person who I'm using. I use a Zoom recorder to record my videos, and when I used to record live shows too, and it's worked fairly well for the fact that it's like a fucking like ancient one. And it's like the handheld shitty one. The fact that it works at all is pretty good, and they have a brand new webcam, and you can literally plug fucking audio directly into it, and it's all sick, dude. Uh, I would really like to get that one, and it's made for loud musical environments. So I'm like, God damn it, that'd be nice. Um, Otherwise, I'll make it work. We'll see you next week. I'm gonna do a live stream of the show. The only thing is, I don't know how to get internet at that place. I don't think Trailside. It's a bar. They might have internet. They probably don't. Uh, we'll see. If you go to Condemned to Burn, that's where we had like our first shows there, which I personally think we need to take everything. Eventually, when we have a lot of videos coming up on our actual site, which I would like to do more of, our YouTube presence. I'd like to get rid of a lot of those old videos because fucking we didn't know I didn't know what I was doing there. I jumped right into this band pretty quick. Let's just say that. That being said, we're going back there to redeem ourselves, and this time we're headlining. So every time we do a show now, almost we're like local shows, especially we've been headlining them all, which is cool because we open for a lot of the bands we're headlining for now. So uh, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see you next week, hopefully with a live stream. If not, you'll know what's going on. Also, I go to my cardiologist to figure out what's going on this next week. So a lot of news, a lot of updates. We'll see you then. Till then, you guys take it easy, keep it keefy. Thank you so much for sticking with me all the way till almost 1 in the morning, at least where I'm at. You guys have an amazing night. We'll see you next week. Uh, hopefully I'll bring my A game then. I'm fucking dying tonight. So later, guys.